Each year I list my 10 favourite albums, and this year, for a change, I'm going to have my favourite song at the end as well, which actually was released as a single and is not on an album, but that's another issue. So anyway, without further ado, let's start with my list going from 10 to number 1. At number 10 is a Berlin-based artist, Krakow Loves Adana, with their album Ocean Flower. This was their 7th album. I hadn't really listened to them before, and it was released on Valentine's Day. It's full of melancholic soundscapes, oozes auditory niceness throughout. And one other thing is, the 3 former members of the Chromatics are on it, namely Ruth Adelaide, Adam Miller and Nat Walker. Overall, absolutely wonderful. At number 9, we have Clip Trip with their album Nothing Clever, Just Feelings. This is the 2nd album from the Brighton-based sludge metal band, and the title is a complete and total lie. It's a canon of really well thought out songs that have plenty of feelings, pain, etc. Another thing is, you must see them live because they're totally amazing. At number 8, we have Blondshell with their album Blondshell. This album is moody alt pop with wonderful lyricism, and for a debut album it punches well beyond what one would normally expect. You really need to give it a really good listen, it's really good. I also managed to see Sabrina live twice this year, and if you have an opportunity, do. She's absolutely wonderful. At number 7, we've got SOFY and Bored in Colour Part 2. It's only an EP, but it's got 6 tracks, so I've decided to add it to my album list. Every song on it has insightful and funny lyrics, and you can listen to it all day long. It's absolutely wonderful. Also, SOFY is another artist who really puts on good concerts, so you have an opportunity, go and see her. At number 6, we've got Ian Sweet and the album Sucker. Ian Sweet's real name is Gillian Medford, and this is her first album since 2021. And it's a fantastic progression since Show Me How to Disappear. The gap between them has been quite eventful for Gillian, and the writing shows that. Also, this is another artist I highly recommend you see. At number 5, we have Debbie Friday and Good Luck. It's almost hyperpop, but not quite, and described by the artists themselves as bitch punk, and it's hard to disagree. There are 10 songs on the album, there's not a duff one amongst them. It's absolutely superb. At number 4, we have Deary and their first EP, Deary. I like shoegaze, so this has to be on the list. Another listener said of this EP, it was like being in the best dream ever. And again, it's hard to dismiss that observation. Dream pop, shoegaze, and a touch of psych, and amazing vocals from their singer Dottie, it lead to it just being totally wonderful. At number 3, we have Waterbaby and their album 22 Degrees Halo. Sisters Martha and Jessica Kilpatrick here have a fairly unique sound that combines avant-garde pop, electronica, and choral music. And it's one of those albums you have to listen to it in its entirety, but when you do, you're rewarded with an auditory experience like no other. I've also managed this year to see them on 2 occasions, and their shows combine music with amazing staging and video. If you can see them live, do. At number 2, it's Samia. with their album Honey. This is their second album. Lo-fi synth pop with brazen teenage dreams sit alongside songs about moving past old habits. Basically, Samia handles her thoughts with aplomb, and it's fantastic. Another artist that also has seriously good live shows. My favourite album of the year. Now, there's a backstory to this. My first concert I went to in 2023 was at the Shackwell Arms in Dalston in London to see Dutch band Rats on Rafts. In the audience next to me was a guy called Ollie, and he told me I had to go and see Wilds the following Wednesday for her album launch. The album was Other Words Fail Me. Anyway, Wilds is Ella Walker, and she sounds hauntingly similar to Hannah Reid of London Grammar. But this debut album of her is 10 tracks, and when you listen to it, the lyrics cover some seriously heavy subject matter, and it shows superb songwriting. You've got to listen to it many times, but when you do, you just get blown away about how good it is. Finally, for a debut album, I don't know how Ella managed it, but she managed to get, for the final track, the Flaming Lips to appear with her. Anyway, another thing about her is, again, she puts on a really good concert. Finally, my favourite song of the year. It's not on any of the albums because it was released as a single. In fact, it's only on Spotify as well, which is, if you don't do Spotify, it's a pain in the butt. There's always ways around to get hold of it anyway. Circe released this song, which is a melange of dark pop and dream pop, and it's, as I say, it's called Riot of Sunlight, back in April. She wrote it when she was 16 and was inspired by the play Jerusalem, where a rainbow hits the ground and sets fire to the earth. She only managed to finally finish the song last year when the play returned to the theatres. She plays a lot of instruments on the recording, including a drum she came across when she was visiting Stonehenge. It's another work of hers which has been featured as part of a soundtrack to a TV show, which seems fairly common with her work. Again, as I've said with many of the other artists here, her live shows are very spectacular. They involve video and lots of dressing at the stage. Fabulous. So if you have an opportunity, go and see her. If not, have a listen to Riot of Sunlight. That's my top 10 albums of the year, plus my favourite single. If you have any comments, leave them below. But that's it. And I hope you enjoyed my little list. And I'm sure you have your own, which maybe, I imagine it will be, extremely different. Thanks for watching.